in István, some 30-45 minutes from the Romanian capital of Bucharest, our venue for this year's European Weightlifting Championships. And tonight, for the first men's opportunity in their 56-kilo final. I'm David Goldstrom, and alongside me, Commonwealth Games champion Michaela Breeze. Michaela, again, a select field of 7, but the entry weights suggest a good fight is on hand.
Yes, it's always nice when the competition is close, and it certainly will be this evening. A couple of big names to look out for. Scalantino of Italy, who is the defending champion. Well, he's got his work cut out against Josue Bracchi, and here we do see the list.
Yeah, the body weights there, just out of interest for the body weights that they've weighed in over the past 2 hours. But an opportunity momentarily to meet each of them individually as they warm up backstage. Mirko Scalantino, the European champion for the past 2 seasons, comes from Sicily originally, but he lives in Rome these days. Gorezi Berdelice, about 170 kilometers from Tbilisi, the Georgian capital, for that man, the junior European bronze medalist. Polak represents the Czech Republic, 4th in the European Youth Championships. Catching up here, Christian Luka, 4th also in the Junior European Championships last year. Angel Rusev, as you can see there, the bronze medalist in last year's European Championships, behind Mirko Scalantino. Josue Bracchi, 5th in the World Championships in Anaheim, California, just towards the end of last year. And the hometown favourite here, this is Constantin Choitu, and he, the bronze medalist for the past 2 European Championships. This is the scene in the warm-up room. The boys have been in there for something like 25 minutes. And, of course, tails up for Romania after the opening success of Elena Ramona Andres in the women's 48 kilos. So, no doubt that's going to give a big boost to Choitu in this competition, Michaela.
Yes, we've got 2 Romanians to watch out for. The youngster against the more experienced. And I think we're going to have a house full this evening as they get behind their homeboys.
Yeah, the youngsters really, based on entry totals, the outsider put in a total of 230 kilos, but the real heavyweights are Scalantino and Josue Bracchi. Heavyweights, I say that's probably the wrong term really for these guys, but it's the strong totals that they put in. They
are the strong totals, but don't rule out Berdelice of Georgia. Well, he's come through the ranks, and he's got some sneaky weights here that I think we need to watch out for.
Yeah, Georgia are going to host the European Championships next year, and Georgia very much under Kakashvilis, multi-Olympic champion, world champion, who is the driving force of Georgian weightlifting at the moment, and they're really on the up at the moment, the Georgians. So there you can see some of the past winners. Scalantino there for the past couple of seasons, and Kritu, he won it in Sofia in 2005. And you go all the way back to the likes of Halil Mutlu for Turkey. Turkey, of course, one of the 7 countries not here because they are suspended for a year. And their opening weights, Michaela.
Yeah, the opening weights you can see there spread from 100 kilos all the way up to 114. So yes, they're a guide, but don't take those as gospel. The lifters and coaches have a couple of changes they can potentially make, so expect to see some alterations.
Records, these are European records, but some of them actually rank as world records as well, like Halil Mutlu. But there, of course, you've got the under-23 totals and individual achievements, and now the junior level and the youth. So interesting. You can see a lot of the athletes, as you would expect, producing their best performances at the Olympic Games or the World Championships. Well, a second attempt in picture there for Franciszek Polak of the Czech Republic, a youngster in his teens, and the first lifter in this men's European 56-kilo competition. Sorry, we had a little technical hiccup, but you've really not missed any of the vital action. Michaela Breeze next to myself, David Goldstrom, and a much better second attempt, a correction.
Yeah, much better. Still lifts his backside as he comes off the floor, puts a bit of a loop on the bar, but this time able to control. And he's gone for 99 on his third attempt. I don't think we're going to see him taking that, just buying a bit of time. His coaches need to change the weight before the clock runs 30 seconds.
Yeah, the bar's gone up to 99 kilos. And 99 kilos goes to 100. And this is going to bring on the first of the two Romanians, the least experienced, the youngest. And this is Daria Christian Luca. And this is a man who, again, we've been keeping an eye on through the junior championships more than anything else. Fourth last year in the juniors. Collected 107 kilos, so if he's fitting well and there have been no preparation problems, this should be fairly straightforward.
While making his senior debut, a little bit nervous, a little bit tentative with that opening attempt, but extremely powerful and dynamic. More to come. Quick chat with the coaches to decide the second attempt. Remember, these lifters only have 3. Good extension, just pulls with his left arm, which takes him off balance slightly. See the shins come back. Good extension at the knee and the hip. Sits into a really strong receiving position.
So edges into the lead, and Bulgaria next on stage in the shape and form of Angel Rusev. Rusev, bronze medalist in the European Youth Championships last year, so again, another young talent.
Yes, and out of the 3 young talents that we've seen thus far, who have been going head-to-head through the ranks, well, Rusev is the strongest. He's come out on top so far.
Yes, on top, 100 kilos, but not on top in the ranking order. That's because he was second to achieve this weight.
Yeah, that's right. So it's no longer body weights taking apart. First one to hit the weight goes into the lead. Anybody else now will have to go at least a kilo more.
I sort of understand it. We talked about this a year ago, didn't we? It does go for, or it does make for, perhaps arguably a bit more aggressive weightlifting, but I sort of still yearn a bit for the body weights to separate the positions. Not only do I think it's more understandable for all of you at home, but actually body weight is something that you can personally control.
Yeah, completely. You've got control over the weight on the scales. You have control over your diet. And if you want to lose that bit extra to try and get body weight advantage, you can do so. But you then risk losing extra muscle. Whereas now it's done on lot order. So basically, whoever draws the lowest number is pot luck. If you draw the lowest number when you go to the weigh-in, you come out first on the platform. And it's, to me, more of a luck of the draw than tactics.
Yeah, we might sound a bit grumpy, the two of us, but actually,
you sound grumpy, David. I'm retired now, so I don't really mind. But
no, I think we both, for good reasons, actually believe that the body weight.
Do you mean we actually agree on something?
Yeah, yeah, and it's only day 1.
Steady on. This could be a good week.
Bar's at 103 kilos for the second attempt of Angel Rusev. Now, looking back at his record in juniors and youth competitions in recent years, particularly last season, he wasn't lifting 100 kilos. He's done that now. Now he wants to go to 103, so this is a personal best.
Oh, across the shoulders, but did you see what he did there, David? As he hit the bottom position, he stood straight up. If he'd paused in that bottom position, 100% he would have lost that behind. So it's not just the process of getting underneath the bar, it's about finishing the lift. Stands up, it was on his heels, did well to recover.
Looks strong, doesn't he?
Very dynamic, very explosive. The young man on fire.
So now Franciszek Polak returns to the stage. The Czech lifter failed at 98, got 98, and now this is a 5 kilo increase. So this is going to be interesting to watch, because I've got his personal best at 99. So this lift, if he makes it, would really eclipse that. He's asking himself a decent question here.
Oh, hung on to it at the top, does well.
Tell you what, I was thinking that that might be just beyond him, but good on him.
I would say that was right on a limit. You could just see him winding himself up psychologically at the start. Self-belief is so important when you're attempting new boundaries. Here, hangs on at the top before dropping underneath. But strong enough. Great personal best.
So the Czech youngsters taking him up to silver, and now Luka for Romania dropped down to third, but this would take him into the lead by a kilo.
Nice lifting again, very solid. 2 from 2. He's got 1 attempt remaining.
Yeah, agree. That's taking him, as I said, to the top of the table. But, you know, good to have a start. And, of course, this already seems to me, Mikhail, to be one of those nights where we talk about lifters who make 6 out of 6. And particularly these early starters here. Because if you can get someone like Luka to run a sequence up there and then 1 or 2 start to fail, then you just never know.
It's a game where you've got a pretty good idea who's going to be at the top of the rankings, but as you've said, if they have a bad day and only get 1 out of the 3, which is highly likely, and it happens many, many times, you then have 1 or 2 lifters that are just outside those ranks, put a good string of lifts together, anything's possible.
Yeah, because we've already identified, we've got the Italian, Scanantino, we've got the Georgian, and we've got the Spanish boy, and they're going to be pushing each other hard. We have.
We also got another Romanian, remember. There's still 4 lifters yet to join the party.
Yeah, and the Romanian is a man who's actually won this title in the past.
Ooh, where's your money, David?
Too early to say. So, Angel Rusev, he's impressed us. So far, this is for 3 out of 3. Again, just the necessary kilo to nudge him ahead of the first of the 2 Romanians.
Short on the extension, but does well to save it. His speed saved him there.
2-1. Central referee not convinced. And the central referee comes from Latvia. It's Leonidas Kuplits.
Well, let's take a look. Arms look good to me. That's rotation in the shoulder, nothing to do with the elbows.
But 2-1. 2 whites over a red means the lift stands. So Bulgaria in the lead, but now here comes Luka again, Christian Marian. 107. Now this is a 3 kilo increase.
Well, he's done well as the young man from Romania. 3 from 3. 107 kilos. That is a big lift. He's put himself right up there in contention, just hoping now that somebody in the top ranks makes a mistake. Thought for a moment he was going to talk himself out of it. Took a long time in the starting position.
Tell you, you'll be missing this. Nicu Vlad, the president of the Romanian Weightlifting Federation, who's been summoned to Colorado Springs for one of those executive board meetings from the International Federation. But, you know, he, together with his General Secretary, Alex, they've done a job in 7 weeks to deliver this stage, this hall, and everything about that you see. But now, Choitu. So this straight away for the lead. It was actually his namesake who won this title in Tel Aviv in 2014, Florin Choitu.
Well, David, that is a big lift, 110 kilos. Just to put this in perspective, he bombed on 104 at the Worlds last year, so put those ghosts to rest.
Yeah, he's done 111 a couple of times, so it's not totally foreign territory.
No, it's not, but when you've had a bad run on a big platform, it's nice to get back onto a big stage and be able to execute on your opening lift.
Yeah, particularly when inevitably there's just a little bit of extra pressure because it's on your home stage. But getting off to a good start, that's exactly what Mirko Scarantino is looking for now. So, Mirko on a hat-trick of European Championships, but needs to get a good start.
And takes a glance to the clock. What buzzer you hear is 30 seconds.
Takes the lead.
Yes, he does, and while his snatch is not always the biggest, he's got a huge clean and jerk to look forward to. So if he can just stay with the guys on the snatch, he'll be in the running for his third title.
Lives in Rome, where the National Training Centre is, but likes to escape back to the beaches of Sicily when he can.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, he's interesting, Scarantino. He's got a bit of personality to him as well.
Well, we're for sure going to see that over the next hour or so.
Yeah. Likes driving fast cars, but strangely enough, not Italians. He's got a Beamer. So, the first appearance of Mr. Berdalitze representing Georgia. Godadzi. Again, youngster, only 21.
I'm interested to see his opening lift here. I think he could be one to upset the party.
Well, this is your dark horse, isn't it?
Well, not with that, he's not. Completely lacking in the, well, I say leg extension, leg hip extension. The quads, well, they powerfully extend the knee, but the glutes extend the hip. And something went very wrong there. If we watch here, there's no extension at the leg fully. Just doesn't quite get there. Leaves the bar out in front. As a result, doesn't generate enough upward momentum and height on the bar.
So, just to bring you up to date, you can see Josue Bracci of Spain yet to start. And Scarantino off to a good start. But interesting there as to how this is going to unfold. It's an interesting stage of the competition now, because Berdalitze, if he does want to play a part, he needs to keep tabs on everybody.
Yeah, and there's just been a change here. Another lifter's been called with 112, didn't want it, has gone up, and that's forced Birdler Zidza back out with less than a minute now, following himself. Not too much of an issue in the snatch, much more of a problem in the clean and jerk, though.
Yeah, I was just going to echo that thought, really. Needs to make this.
And that was better extension. Allowed his legs to do the job they've come here for.
And I sensed, actually, Mikhail, also much more clarity in his head about what he had to do.
I think the coach has probably given him a kick. The sun doesn't shine and said, "Wait, come on, step up."
Well, it is a bit like that, you know, sometimes.
Yeah, well, you know, depending on how the warm-up has gone, you often have a couple of minutes, 2, 3, 4 minutes, and sometimes if the athletes had a good warm-up, they can often get complacent coming onto the big stage. So sometimes that kick or the slap from the coach is what's necessary to fire you up.
Yeah, my phrase again, what are we doing here? No, because when you put all the, you know, not just weeks, but months of work in, you don't want to come here and let yourself down.
Well, there was Jose Brachi. He's taking his knee supports off, so clearly he's not going to be the next lifter, as per the scoreboard says. Correct, he's gone up, so Jose of Spain has gone up now to 116 for his opening lift. This is going to force out Choitio of Romania for his second attempt.
114 kilos to get back up front. Second attempt, 4 kilo increase.
Out in front as he came off the floor. Well, if we see this from the side, a whole load of technical issues going on there. And often it's just the one thing that can cause a knock-on effect throughout the lift. Getting the bar from the floor to mid-thigh is so important. Drops his chest as he comes up, tries to correct by swinging the shoulders back. Catapults the bar out and around. Well, coach trying to do the lift for him. Really hard as a coach to just stand still and not move and not be animated.
Yeah, I got a couple of your coaching videos the other day.
I don't know what you're on about.
Discipline. And I think you were handing it out at the time.
Yeah, probably. If you want some of my coaching videos, check out my Instagram.
Yeah.
I give loads of coaching points. Like I'm trying to do here is educate people on what's going right, what's going wrong, good things to watch out for, bad things. I do that on my Instagram page as well. If you want me to have a look at your lifts, tag me in a clip.
Yes, it was one of those moments where it was quite interesting, quite funny, really, because it was one of those, I'm not going to suffer this anymore. Just do what I tell you.
Sometimes you just got to get out there and get the job done.
Just a reminder, of course, sadly, we've got some regular customers who are not here. 7 European nations, their national federations serving a 1-year ban, which the International Weightlifting Federation presented and was accepted by the International Olympic Committee as a result of back testing from the London Olympic Games in 2012 and Beijing 2008. And the absentees are Armenia, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Moldova, Russia, Turkey and Ukraine. So, third and final attempt to get back into the lead, and probably needs this to stay in touch.
Well,
so that leaves your Georgian Goradzi Berdelidze, 112. He's the man who's leading at the moment.
yeah, just no extension of the hip there, was there? Glutes not awake this evening.
You get the impression that the coach's bonus just went down the drain. Anyway, Mirko Scarantino out now. 4 kilo increase, 115.
Well, there's the technical error. Huge swing of the shoulders backwards.
And that, Michaela, I think was really critical, because if he'd have got that, he's been doing things in measured steps.
Yeah, I mean, this is the way Mirko lifts. This is him trying to change him technically now is not going to happen. He just needs to be out there and get on the platform confidently, believe in his ability. Remember, he does have a very big clean and jerk, so he's got that to fall back on, but right now he could do with making this.
Yeah, you know, to be honest, I mean, he should be, and I think he needs to be, round about 120. I'm not sure that he's going to get there, which is going to put more pressure on the clean and jerk.
Yes, it is. He has a best of 122, so this is a weight he should be good for. Coach just trying to wake those legs up, saying, come on, Mirko, we need to use them.
Well, he and Bracci, the Spanish lifter who's yet to start, their familiar foe.
Yes, they are. Bracci always stronger on the snatch. So we're going to see him almost following himself, I would have thought.
Now, this will be painful if he doesn't get this, because it'll leave him down at 111, and that will really dent his chances.
Well, it's there. There's the sign of a champion. Someone who can really pull it out when it matters, and he's done exactly what he needed to when he needed to.
Yeah. Absolutely right. 2-1 though. Central referee again not happy, but that looks fine to me. Let's have a look at it from the front. Well, have a look at it from the side first, but then have a look at it from the front. Nice close-up from the front, and we'll have a look and see what the central referee saw that we didn't.
Centre referee, well, I think he blinked and saw something we didn't, but there was nothing wrong with that lift.
So, Scarantino at the top of the table, 115. However, Senor Bracci from Sevilla arrives on stage for his first attempt.
Well, he has a way about him. Again, not the best technically, but he knows exactly where the bar is going. He's done these lifts thousands and thousands of times in training. Looks calm, looks focused. See here, extension, whips the shoulders back. Again, that's his way of lifting. He doesn't just get full extension, he almost gets hyper extension. Not great for the lower back, but it works for him.
So Spain take the advantage, and they take the advantage by, at this moment in time, only a kilo. And there you can see the state of play. Bracci with 2 attempts left, and the Georgian with 1 to go. And you can see the gaps there from the top of the table down already. Choitu, who ran into those 2 failures, now finds himself 7 kilos off.
You can't make a mistake at this level. You only get 3 lifts, and every single one has to count. Usually the lifters that medal are those that are most consistent. And in picture we see Berdalitsa of Georgia just getting ready. He's taking a huge increase up to 118.
Now he's come down from lifting at 62 kilos to 56. When he was lifting at 62 kilos, he was lifting 119, 120, 121 kilos. Mind you, when he come down, it does make a difference.
It does, but at the same time, he's had time to get stronger and develop. He's still young, so kind of balances out, I would say, at this age. Well, this is a big increase, a big ask. 6 kilos up. Remember, these guys only weighing sub 56 in body weight.
Yeah, and if he does do this, it'll be interesting, because he will just push Bracci just a little bit, because he'd go 2 kilos clear. So I'd like to see him make this.
No, again, short on the extension. Just looking to see what his body weight is, and yeah, 55.92. That's a sign that he's only just made the weight category. 800ths inside the group. Well, that could be the reason we're not seeing the explosiveness that we're probably used to from his legs. If you've lost too much weight or over a short period, it can take the spark out of them.
So only 1 out of 3, and he now finds himself 4 kilos off the lead. So the stage belongs to Jose Bracci of Spain. As I said, he's a man who's lived all his life in Sevilla, but about a month before the championships went off to the National Training Centre in Madrid in February to, I was going to say, polish his performance.
Well, if we see this from the side, you'll see just how far back he leans. If the shoulders go backwards, it means the hips have got to go forwards. Well, if the hips go forward, usually it's not rocket science to know where that bar's going to go. We need to zoom out. This angle's no good. Come back, back, back. There. Shoulders go back, hips go forward. Bar gets catapulted out and around. Very hard to stop that momentum overhead.
Well, he's got one more attempt. He's got 2 minutes in which to sort himself out. The bar still with 119 kilos. And, of course, this would be significant because it would put him the 4 kilos ahead of Mirko Scarantino. And, as you said, conscious of Mirko's talent in the clean and jerk, this is the sort of cushion of advantage that the young Spaniard would really want. If he weren't to get this, Scarantino would only be a kilo behind. And there you can see the situation.
Yeah, for sure, 1 kilo will not be enough for Josue. He needs this lift if he's going to have any chance of an overall gold. This is a do-or-die lift for him, and he knows it. Clock is running just below a minute, still putting these knee supports on. I don't like these knee supports personally for that reason. They take too long, and if another lifter was called and then it was back to him, he'd have no time to kit up and get ready. I much prefer the Alico or the Rock Tape knee supports that you can just slide up, get them on, get on with the job.
So just over 30 seconds now. It's got the snatch gold. This is for... and it's not to be. He's got the snatch gold, Mikhaila, but he's only got a 1 kilo advantage over Scarantino. That may not be enough. He's 4 clear of Berdolidze of Georgia, but he'll be mighty disappointed to only make 1 out of 3.
He will, and that really let Berdolidze into the competition for the overall standings as well. Josue now is under some serious pressure going into the clean and jerk.
That's interesting, isn't it? We were talking about it just at the beginning. 3 lifters, 3 attempts, so 9 lifts, and 5 have been misses. 5 have failed.
You can't miss it. You can't miss them on these kind of weights.
So that's where we are at the halfway stage. It's tight between the Spaniard and the Italian, just a kilo separating them, then 4 kilos down to Berdolidze, who gets the snatch bronze, and Choitu left to wonder what happened. Now, as far as his start was concerned, that was fine, 116 kilos, but that's as far as he went.
Yeah, 2 failures at 119. Well, you cannot make those kind of mistakes if you want big medals here. He is in the lead. He does have the gold on the snatch. Whether he can hang on to an overall medal, well, we're about to find out.
So that's the state of play at the halfway stage. Bracci, fortunate. He's got a 1 kilo advantage over Scarantino, and then 4 over Berdolidze. And Choitu, the more favoured Romanian, missing 114 twice, and that's set him back, and he now is 6 kilos off the pace. So it is the Czech lifter, František Polák, to come out on stage. Haven't seen too many Czech lifters actually for a while, so this is... one of the younger generation. How many they've got? They don't have a huge reservoir of talent.
No, I guess we see them every now and again. Dagmar Danakova is a name that springs to mind, a female lifter many years ago I competed against. They kind of come through every now and again, but don't seem to have the depth in talent that we see in a lot of other nations.
It's more profitable to play tennis in the Czech Republic.
Well, easy enough. A bit army on the clean and on the jerk. By that, I mean he's using his arms over his legs. Not the most efficient way to lift.
Gets a total, though. He's got a running total of 220. He sets the pace. And interestingly, that is the same total he achieved a year ago in the European Youth Championships when he finished 4th. Always frustrating to finish 4th. But who knows? He may do even better than bronze in the times to come. And it's going to be the younger of the two Romanians, I think, to come out the bar at 120. 3 kilos up. He's been a youth European silver medalist in his time.
Very, very lean in stature, not carrying an ounce of fat, is he? Clearly had to cut weight to make this category. Lifts very well, moves well.
Yeah, I bumped into Belgium's Tom Guggeber last night in the hotel. Remember how ripped he was?
Oh, Tom, bless him. He always had to cut weight, and my goodness me, I've bumped into him numerous times coming out of the sauna, looking very drawn, very hungry.
I'll tell you, last night, glass of beer in the hand.
Hey, he's retired, he can.
I know, he looks so happy.
And he can still lift as well.
Yeah, but he put himself through agony for months building up to World Championships and particularly Olympics. All credit to him. I mean, you know, he fought hard, got a European title, you know.
He did, and he made the assessment that the best chance he had of achieving medals and success was to drop a weight category, and it was a big ask, but extremely well disciplined.
Yeah, he was champion, believe it or not, right here in Bucharest in 2009. So, he's made 3 out of 4, this young man. 122, 5 kilo increase, 30 seconds.
Oh, only just to arm's length. But it doesn't matter, it's there.
I thought he was quite composed about the way he managed that, actually.
When the weight gets heavier, I mean, he's getting to the point where he's risking not being able to get underneath or not being able to lock out properly because he's only just driving the bar high enough.
Nice smile, though. Good to see him happy.
Here we should be dipping and driving with the legs. The arms, all they do is catch the weight overhead. He's trying to push it up there as well.
Well, equals his personal best of the clean and jerk. 5 kilo new personal best in the total. So far, so good. Achieving his objectives. Yeah, as you've often said, another component of this sport is having the courage to get under a bar.
Yeah, you want to try diving under some of these weights, David. I'm still waiting.
Well, you keep telling me to get my broomstick out of the cupboard and practice in the kitchen.
I just want to see you try. Come on. For everybody's entertainment.
Great.
If he does it, I'll be sure to get it on video.
Yeah, Facebook awaits. 124 kilos here.
Lost the hips as he dipped.
Yeah, you'll see that clearly from the side because the hips were way behind. That would have been 231. And
if you watch the dip, if we get the angle from the side, you'll see that as he dips, he lets his backside drift out. Clean, very good, catches it super high, rides it in, very strong. Watch the hips as he dips. This is where he loses it.
And there you can see the hips behind, and he loses the lift. Well, he's in the unenviable situation of having to follow himself, or is he? No, the bar's gone up, so he's got a bit of extra time. Definitely needs that, and the bar goes to 125 for the announcing, well, for the appearance of Angel Rusev. Now, Rusev, representing Bulgaria at the halfway stage, made all three of his lifts in the snatch: 100, 103, 105. So good little sequence, and starting off here at 125. So
I just sense that Rusev needs another year or two to fully mature into this group.
But that's fine.
Absolutely, and you know, as you say, 3 from 3. Let's hope he can do the same on the clean and jerk. Just needs a little bit more time to grow and develop.
I can see. Can he get over 130? I think he can here. If he gets this, gets off to a good start.
Shall we have a look at the first one?
Yeah, I think the first one's going to be fine.
Theoretically, it should be.
Well, he never caught it, did he?
So we're not laughing at the lifter. I'm laughing completely at David here. Commentator's fate. As soon as he came off the floor, see the replay, it was all on the arms by the time it got to the knees. He's wondering what happened. Well, mate, you pulled with your arms, it pulled you forwards, and you dropped it. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Arms there, toes forwards, no chance.
Okay, come on, give him the benefit of the doubt for the second attempt.
Well, the frustration having missed an opening lift is quite something. You don't, as an athlete, you always have your mind set on the weight you would love to finish on. And if this happens, first lift, you miss it, straight away, that game plan, what you came here to achieve is gone. It's out the window. So he now needs to readjust mentally and come out again, probably for the same way I would if I was coaching him. Clock is on 1:20.
Let's put this in perspective, shall we say. Scarantino's posted 144 for his opener, and Troitu for Romania 140, Bracci 133, and Berdelitze 135, which makes it quite interesting, because if you look at Bracci and Berdelitze just on paper, even though he's going to start 4 kilos behind, could catch the Spaniard.
He could, and remember, Scarantino is not necessarily going to be coming in on that 144. He may have posted it high to force everybody else to start. We don't know yet.
And Troitu, 140. If he makes the lifts, he can start to get back into this. But he is 6 kilos behind. Now, that was really the first attempt.
Well, I'm sorry, I wouldn't have given him the down signal there. Feet were never in line at the end of the lift. That's what you call rough. Not the best, technically. If you want,
well, let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at that. We'll see. If we get a side shot, we'll see after this where his feet were.
Well, he's on the red line there, so you'll get to see from this angle as well. Feet are never in line.
No.
But no, not Pretty rough lift, if you ask me, but he's strong, powerful, he's in the competition.
So, this is for 5 out of 6 for Franciszek Polak of the Czech Republic. As you said, weighed in pretty close to the mark, 55 kilos, 98, the same as Angel Rusev. Now this is for a total of 230.
Well, it's there, and credit to him. Only just manages to get it to arm's length, but it doesn't matter. 3 out of 3, well done.
Yeah, 5 out of 6, and to boot and for good measure, totals up there, Franciszek Polak, totals up at 228. And that is a new total personal best by 8 kilos across the exercise. That's a good evening's work.
It certainly is.
Now, Romania. He missed at 124. He's had that extra time to come out and try 125. He's sitting on 227, so this, at the moment, would take him to, I think, 232. Rusev leads at the moment. Polak is second. This man lies third, but could go first.
Well, that's a better jerk this time. Really keeps his composure as he dips, drives to arm's length.
And you know, that was a better clean as well. I thought that was the best clean of the 3.
He's pretty technically proficient lifter. Impressed with this young man. He's done well.
So, takes the lead, 232. Here we go.
Yeah,
up onto the shoulders.
Great extension. Doesn't try pulling the bar too high. Most of these lifters will only get the bar to waist height before dropping under. Here we see a big drive to arm's length. Hips slightly behind the bar still. Shoulders compensate. Good lifting.
Romania. Now, here you can see the clean and jerk rankings there. And Rusev with the advantage. The reason is that he's got to 125 kilos earlier than anybody else first. But in terms of the overall competition, the man who leads at the moment is the younger of the 2 Romanians. This man, Rusev, he lies in second place. He's 2 kilos behind. That's why he's taken a 3 kilo increase.
Well, it's gone to arm's length, no problems. He's going to be disappointed having missed his opener. But at least he's managed to sacrifice, well, to get something out of this. Here we go to the side. Stands up with ease, tremendous leg strength, wastes no time going into the jerk. Job done.
He's a very explosive lifter, very strong young man. And goes to 233. So 233 for him. That is a 5 kilo increase on anything he's previously done. So another man, despite missing that first clean and jerk, who actually has made a good progression. And when you look at it, 5 out of 6 again. You can't really complain. I mean, he'd just be annoyed that he threw the first clean and jerk away. Now we start to get interesting here now as to the real fight for the medals, with no disrespect to all those who've preceded this man. This is Godetsi Berelidze of Georgia. 134 he's opening up on. And he did post 135. So what are we to read into that? That's a kilo down.
Well, my guess is something, probably his final attempt in the warm-up room hasn't quite gone to plan. Coaches can only lower the bar to a weight that's not been loaded on the platform. So this is probably as low as they could bring it down to. Clean was good.
Oh. Well, he really buckled under that.
Yeah, clearly gone dizzy. He's doing the right thing, taking his time to get off, because the loaders should not be on the platform until he's off.
Yeah, a close-up from the front there will actually show how close the bar was to the windpipe.
I'm just questioning whether he's got the legs today. I mean, the clean didn't look too bad, a bit lacking power on the extension. Doesn't breathe, does he? After the clean, he holds his breath. That's an issue. Try and encourage my lifters to take a couple of short breaths just to get the oxygen in. You can see him sat there now, straightening the legs out, allows the blood to flow around the body a bit easier. A couple of quiet words from the coach, something along the lines of get this or else.
Well, he's in dire straits, really, because he's only made 1 out of 4. So, really, his opportunities have evaporated, really. You'd think, you know, if the second of the Romanians, the more experienced boy, Constantin Troitu, really delivers the 140s, then he could be back in the game.
Yeah, this is a pressurised lift now. He needs to find something here. First and foremost, get yourself in the competition. He needs to get fired up. We need to see a bit more explosion with these legs. Under pressure. He's taking his time, 45 seconds still on the clock. He's in no rush.
If he wants another medal, can't afford to miss this.
That's better. Needs to drive. And this time he does.
And that's going to be fine. That's going to get 3 white lights. It does, and he can breathe a sigh of relief.
He looks tired, doesn't he? He looks very fatigued. That's taken a lot out of him. That's another sign when a lifter has lost body weight. Well, 1 attempt remaining. He's going to have to go for something big if he wants a chance of an overall medal.
Well, he's up in the lead at the moment, but of course, Bracci, Scarantino and Troitu have yet to even start. So he's got to try with the 3rd attempt to... It's going to have to be a brave 3rd attempt.
I think he's just literally going to... Oh, I don't know. Is he going to match what Troitu does? We need to see Troitu...
You mean...
He's got 2 kilos over Troitu after the snatch.
Yeah.
So... But then Troitu still has 3 attempts remaining.
So you're suggesting he might sit out and wait a bit?
If I were him, if I were a coach now, I'd put it up to 140 or something just to get it up and sit back and wait and see what's needed. 141 he's gone up to.
Well, the bar's gone up and he's got Troitu in, so...
Well, he's gone 134 to 141, and he's got 1 chance left to change that weight, and I'm pretty sure it's going to come back down. Question is, what to?
Well, Troitu's dropped 3 kilos from his originally announced opening clean and jerk weight. But again, remember, like the Georgian, he only made 1 out of 3 in the snatch phase.
Oh, it's tough to stand when it buries you at the bottom.
Oh, he's strong overhead, though, and he's made amends.
Yeah, just a small timing issue on the clean. Smile to the coach. He knows he made a mistake. He's got away with it.
And that takes him the necessary kilo ahead of Bertolizzi. But of course, he's got 2 attempts. Bertolizzi left with only 1. So, Scarantino onto the stage. First attempt, 138 kilos.
And he's come down 6 kilos from the 144 that he originally posted.
Might be just adjusting to the situation.
Well, as I said, he may not need to take that, and he's come down in weight now. I don't know, I'd have expected a 140, a couple of kilos more than Bracci. Maybe he hasn't had a great warm-up. Short extension.
Doesn't muck around either.
Great overhead.
Yeah.
Starting to windmill, but manages to hold his feet still to get the down signal.
Yeah. Scarantino, first attempt, clean and jerk, 138, 253 total, overall lead, and of course leads the clean and jerk.
Yeah, I think something's gone wrong in the warm-up room for him to come down this low. But he's got one in, he's in the competition, he's up into the lead.
Well, remember where we are with Bracci, because he posted 133 and he's coming in at 138. So this is vice versa.
And remember, he has that 1 kilo lead, so all he has to do is match Scarantino. Oh, adjustment is that? Has he got away with it? Oh, he's lucky if he has. He needs to have his feet in line, which he does.
Now, he's got the 3 whites.
Well, watch the replay. When the bar lands on his shoulders in the bottom position, he's not allowed to be shifted up onto his shoulders any higher.
Yeah, you see this rather more clearly from the front.
Very close call.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a huge adjustment. He's done well, though. He's done well to recover, and regardless what I think, 3 referees have given him the lift.
Yeah.
Scarantino goes up, 139 kilograms. Kotsue Bracci, spine, second attempt.
Well,
that's the current situation overall. You can see Bracci with that attempt, a kilo ahead of Scarantino. And then Choitu at the moment, he's got the better of Berdolizzi, who's still got 1 lift left, just waiting in the wings, and 140 the bar going to now. So Choitu taking a 3 kilo increase. What he's really doing, I think, here is trying to consolidate the bronze medal.
yeah, I'm just wondering if Berdolizzi of Georgia had the 141 in mind, maybe as a personal best. I'm not sure.
What, Berdolizzi?
No, he's done 45.
145, yeah.
So maybe.
Yeah, but that was a 62 kilo. He was at 62 kilos.
Yeah, so maybe the 141 would have been around the weight he was hoping to finish on, and he missed his first. So maybe, I don't know, maybe he's taking a big jump and is confident he can do it. Look at this, a lot of cat and mouse going on in the warm-up room. This is where the coaches have a very important role. They have to be totally switched on and focused on what's happening with the scoreboard. And there's changes all over the place. It's not even worth trying to commentate on at the moment.
Yeah, this is, as I said earlier in the day with the women's competition, this is where it moves from chess to poker. It's like you're really putting your cards on the table. You're really putting your money down.
Well, the scoreboard has changed about 6, 7, 8 times in the last 20 seconds. At the moment, we're at least on 140, and it's Bracci. Clock is counting.
But there's the Georgian coaches in there.
He's going to match, surely. Bracci's going to match what Scarantino does.
The machine said no.
Well, our chief marshal there.
Here he is, yeah. There's the Spanish coach now saying, come on, let me submit this. They have to do so before the clock runs 30 seconds from when the lifter is called.
That lady is the chief marshal you saw at the desk there. That's Marga Jørgensen from Denmark.
You see in the warm-up room, there is no action on any of the bars. This is all about the coaches getting the call right. The lifters are all ready. They don't need to do any more lifts backstage.
Berdolizzi, 6 kilo increase to go to 140. So this would take him from 246 to 252, which will put him into the bronze medal position. But they've obviously worked out here that 140 is the max possibility for today.
And I tell you the importance of this is I think Choitu has already had 2 adjustments of weight, so he has to come out on 141, which would not be enough to go ahead of Berdolizzi. So, important lift here.
Got to get the most economical clean. No.
Oh, he's stood. Does he have the legs to drive?
No. That clean had to be without fought without blemish. It had to be so straightforward, and it wasn't.
Has he gone? I think he is out.
Yeah.
Somebody lift his legs up. It's okay. Doctor's on the platform. He's absolutely fine. He's just gone dizzy, lightheaded, which is understandable with that kind of weight on you.
141 kilograms on the bar, please.
Well, it's just not been his day, I'm afraid. Have a look at this.
Yeah, it hits him quite hard as he lands at the bottom. Takes a second then before he stands. That's harder to stand with a dead weight. He just doesn't have the legs to drive it high enough today.
So he's out of the medals in clean and jerk and also total. And only 2 out of 6. That tells its own story. Now, Choi Tu. Plenty of time. 141. Lying in the bronze medal position in the clean and jerk and the total at the moment. Missed the medals in the snatch. Ooh, not
right
sure.
arm, I think.
Yeah, I would like to see that from the front. Absolutely.
Yeah.
2 to 1 against, and I think that's the right decision.
Oh, don't look like that. He knows what he's done.
Yeah.
The coaches are not in a position to make any call based on the angle they were at. Absolutely the right decision.
He has got another attempt. But for me, here we go.
Yeah, clean, no issues. It was tough, but no problems.
Have a look at the right arm.
His right, yeah.
Yeah, that's a press out. Very long sleeves. Scarantino, 141 kilos, second attempt. Scarantino just a kilo behind Bracci at the moment. 3 kilo increase.
Oh dear.
That really hit hard.
Well, Mirko Scarantino, 2-time champion, is in trouble right now. He's got 1 attempt remaining.
Bracci's got 2, but how confident are we about Bracci?
Yeah, I think Bracci's got another lift in him. And if successful, I mean, he's coming out now. If successful, not only will this put him up into the lead on the clean and jerk, this will really put the pressure on Scarantino. So this, I would say, is a monumental lift this evening.
So Jose Bracci, who has had to play second fiddle to Scarantino, and he's got 1 more attempt, and we have 3 lifts left now. Michaela, we got Choi Tu, Scarantino and Bracci, and now we might get a little bit more of the poker game again.
Yeah, I mean, both lifters that we've just seen, Bracci and Scarantino, both of them whip the shoulders a long way back, put the lower back into hyperextension, and it just puts such a swing on the bar.
That's the clean and jerk state of play, but more interesting is actually the total. Total, Bracci 254, Scarantino 253, Choi Tu, well, he's in the bronze medal position. Nobody can take that away from him, 247. And Scarantino it is. And this could be decisive, because this could really turn the screw. This is a 3 kilo increase, and this would take him to 256, which means Bracci would need another 3 kilos.
Oh, dear me.
And we will have a new champion. We theoretically have a champion in Jose Bracci, because Choi Tu really can't catch him.
No, he's done it, hasn't he? Bracci of Spain, uncatchable. Here we just see him throw the shoulders back, jump back.
And the Spaniard has won the title. He still has an attempt left, but Jose Bracci backstage, the Spanish lifter, there you can see it. Current standings totaled by 1 kilo.
And this is still a very important lift, because at the moment Bracci is only in the silver medal position on the clean and jerk. So this for the gold on the clean and jerk.
Yeah, and this is again a 3 kilo increase. And remember, Choi Tu's not out of the clean and jerk honours because he's only a kilo behind. So who knows, he might go for clean and jerk gold.
This for temporary gold medal position on the clean and jerk. Am I backtracking?
Yeah.
Come on then, stand up. Go. No. Not to be, not today.
So Choitu of Romania now has the opportunity, because he's only a kilo behind, 141, he's going to take.
Will he go another 4 kilos on top of this? Yes, he has. He's going for it. 145 for Choitu. He's giving it a go, trying to take that gold away from Bracci. Well, he's never lifted anything out of the 130s, so this is a massive, massive. Well, some would say it was a massive piece of insanity, but commentator's face again.
I know.
David. Let's give him a
well,
chance.
hang on a second. If he does this, I'll be chuffed to bits for him. I mean, it'll be a second Romanian medal, but would you make him odds on or odds against?
Well, I think at this stage it has to be odds against,
yeah.
But give him credit for having a go. 145 for gold.
For the championship. He makes it, he gets it. He fails, Bracci's the champion. Can he stand up? Oh, fantastic effort. How strong? Oh.
He's gone.
No.
You only get one attempt.
No. Yeah. And so it means that Jose Bracci of Spain finally achieves one of his major ambitions. Remember, he was the European silver medalist in 2016. And now, with a total of 254 kilos, takes the gold medal. But interestingly enough, when he got the silver, Michaela, in 2016, total 264, clean and jerk 143.
You've got to remember, though, we're not in Olympic year at the moment. We're almost in a recovery year post-Olympics, and this isn't an important time for these athletes. There has to come a time when they back off a little, allow the bodies to recover. But look at the response we're seeing here from Jose Bracci of Spain. Absolutely delighted. At last, he's the European champion. Number one, he's saying. Number one. Well, thoroughly deserved the title. Here are the overall standings on the clean and jerk. Well, Mirko Scarantino, he pips his way to the gold on the clean and jerk. 138, same weight as Jose Bracci. What separates them? Well, quite simply, Mirko, he achieved it first. And the overall total results, Jose Bracci of Spain, 254 total, ahead of Scarantino. Choitu from Romania in bronze. Now the sigh of relief, the smiles of happiness and joy. I know just what it means to this man. He's worked so hard for this. For the last couple of years, he's had to be content with runner-up, not quite making it on top of the podium. And here he is about to have a chat with our very own Goldie, who's left me in commentary position.